This morning I'm up early, which is unusual, but I guess I'm gonna try to take the opportunity to put new struts on the front of the other Camry. The struts are in here somewhere, and I can't get the doors open on the other side without opening these ones first, so let's see how hard it's gonna be to unlock that other side. Can we get all the way in here? Oh my God, I'm fat. There you go. All right. Let's see. Gabriel Ultra Ready Mount Struts. You guys want to watch me pull all that stuff out of here? No, let's make this video a little bit more breezy. And in this box is the exhaust for that car, so maybe we'll get to that today. Probably not. That really didn't take no time at all. Anyway, here's what we got. I'd tell you how long ago I ordered these, but I really don't remember. They look good. They're specially encoded so you know which one goes on the left side. Ugh. Let's make sure this is the right one and we didn't get two left struts. Yep, don't you worry about two left struts. Now, of course, we also had to get our sway bar end link game going. Cause, oh, sorry. You guys are standing in my shadows. There's no way the old end links are any good. So let's get this thing up on jacks and get the wheels off. Or up on jack stands. First of all, we're gonna install the most awesomest thing I ever found in my entire life. So that the car doesn't go all over the place. Then just as an added touch, let's set the parking brake. And then maybe you want to put this brick in front of the tire. That'll keep us from having too many problems. Oh, good Lord. So we did the safety things. Now let's jack it up. See under here where the body's welded together? That's where the jack's supposed to go. So I like to jack it up by hand until, see, I didn't put the little jack handle in yet. Jack it up by hand. Just make sure that's nice and seated in there. And you want the jack to be at a 90-degree angle to the car so that as the jack goes up, it sort of gets sucked underneath the car. That's why it's got little wheels. So you can see it's gonna start moving forward. Just a little bit, but that's how the jack stays centered under the car. And we're gonna take some more bricks. I think I can carry both these at one time and put it under the other back wheel. Because check this out. As I'm jacking the car up, this wheel's coming off the ground and that brick hasn't moved, but the tire has. So let's chalk up this wheel too. That way there will be extra safe. All right, that should be good. Another way to prevent that from happening, see how that wheel's all the way off the ground, is to jack the car up from the middle of the front. So you're jacking up both sides equally at the same time. Unfortunately, this jack just doesn't have enough reach. So I gotta do it here. Now I got a jack stand under there. We're gonna undo this little valve, slowly let the jack down on the jack stand, and now we'll go and jack up the other side. Good thing about this jack is it turns into its own little wheelbarrow. Isn't that great? I like wearing gloves for this because I'm a big baby, but I also like wearing shots year round, which means that I use one of the gloves as a little knee pad, and then we can repeat the procedure over here on this side. See, I'm not aligned just yet. Gotta make sure you're exactly aligned with those two little divots. I mean, look, you could get away with it, but what happens is if you jack up the car in the wrong spot, then the pinch welds will bend, and then you have to figure out how to get that fixed, which I don't know how to do. So once the thing's high enough, I can extend this jack stand, and I like to make sure the jack stands are in about the same place and that they're both the same height. And you can tell by the number of notches that are up, and I think that'll do us. Now in this case, I'm gonna back the jack down a little bit. Actually, now we're on the jack stand. I'll leave the jack there for some extra support. Check the car to make sure it's level, and then check the other jack stand to make sure it's still in place, and then we'll give it a nice shove. Sorry, car, don't mean to kick you. All right, so that should be solidly in place. Safety is pretty important. You know, people joke about it, safety third and everything, but it is, you don't want a car falling on you. I think this car weighs like 3,500 pounds. Now, popping the hood. Lifting the hood. And, oh, propping the hood one-handed. Oh, look at me. That's one thing, one area where you can shirk safety. So the struts have 3 nuts up here and this little fun bar, which we won't forget when we put the new ones in. And let's get the wheels off. You can de-wheelify a car with this crossbone wrench, whatever you call it, but I forgot to start loosening the lugs before I jacked the car up. So let's just use the Ugga Dugga gun, because, you know, I have it. But if you don't have it, don't stress about it. It just makes things a little bit more easier. And I mean, listen to me talking about the Ugga Dugga. As if I'm some kind of... And I'll tell you, those should not be that. Let's see if we have this thing on the highest setting. Oh no, we're only on number 2. See, this has a bunch of settings on it. Okay, that was dumb. Still, it shouldn't be that hard though, anyway. Now, some people say you should put the tire underneath the car for additional safety, so let's do that too. This is how it should work when you have it on the full beans bolty on Bolterson setting. See, as soon as it feels the thing come loose, it slows down and gets some manners. So now that we got the ties off, let's see what we're up against down here. It looks like we have 2 big ass bolts, and we got to be careful of this ABS wire. And then we have this, which is the brake hose clip, and then here's your sway bar end link. And I think we're gonna spray some looby dooby on the brake hose bolt, because A, that's a little 10-12 millimeter bolt, and B, I just really want this stuff dripping all over my driveway. There's no real need to looby dooby those, but I'll do it anyway, because like some of you aren't gonna have the big impact. On the sway bar end links, it's not gonna help at all. So this is the part of the video where we take a trip into the backyard, and look how neat my backyard is right now. There's a lot of bikes back here, but I really did a lot of straightening up. Too bad there's no grass. Look at this crap. I don't know what the hell that is. All right, I think this is all right. Good old HP hood. You can feel good about hood, and you'll feel much better. Don't look at my house. It's a super mess back here, and I haven't painted it ever. The reason I'm getting this is because after we finish the struts, we're gonna go to the supermarket and get 4 gallons of milk so I can have some cereal tonight. No, it's much easier to do these jobs with a chair. All right, for the sway bar end link, I have this thing set to 3, which means maximum torque, but it will not stop spinning once the thing comes loose, because chances are we're gonna have one chance to get this thing off. It did not come off. So what happens with these end links as they get old, the whole thing spins, and there is a hex thing in there that you can use, but I think I'm just gonna snap that off with the bolty Boltersons. Do you guys have a good spot? I have you kind of attached to the brake rotor. Oh, this is not gonna, this doesn't want, this is hard. I'm not manly enough for this. Oh, good grief. Wow. Ugh. It went right through the rear ones in about a second, but it ain't going through that one. All right, what I'm gonna do, put a little PB blaster to clean out the inside of that thing. Then I'm gonna take my Gloverson off. Then we're gonna try to get an Allen wrench to fit in there. All right, see that? It goes in. You gotta make sure it's buried all the way in. And now we've got our 14 millimeter and our Allen wrench. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take it off like that. See, it's not even on there that tight. Can you guys see what I'm doing? The nut's not even that bad. Sorry, I had the, it's easier to do this two-handed. Now we're hitting the part where the threads are pretty rusty. but it's not even that bad. The only thing is, the nut is tighter on the threads than the ball and socket is in the rest of the piece. So luckily we didn't have to go get the Zaza, because that requires me to run a electrical cord out here. Like, see how loose that is? We'll get that other one out once we have the strut off. Next, we're gonna go up here to my magical toolkit, and we're gonna get a 12mm 6-point 1/4-inch socket and a little extension and this beautiful ratchet. You believe I found all this stuff in the garbage for free? Well, most of it. I added a few things in there. Everything was all rusty, but you never find that. I mean, that was once in a lifetime. The reason I'm using this little wrench is because I do not want to break off this bolt. But that might be asking too much, you know? So you start with, Lucy, what are you barking at over there? Why can't I be your friend? Here I am, Lucy. How are you? Good morning, Lucy. You're a good girl. You're a pretty girl. My neighbor's dog is beautiful, but she just barks at everybody. Yeah, that's it. That's probably gonna snap off. Damn. The whole little bracket is bending on the strut mount. All right. What the hell? You guys want to just hit it with the impact and see what happens? All right, the impact is set to low because it's a little 12mm bolt, or bolt with a 12mm head on it. I don't know what the exact metrics of the bolt are. Ugh. Get in there, you. Oh, that little bracket is just bent a little bit. It doesn't matter because the strut comes with a new bracket on it. So we just got to get in there. And if this video is dragging on, all right, it did it. See what happens with these bolts that go through something? See how clean the threads are for the most part, but then the tip is all rusted, and that's what'll get you, because you get the thing budged and you're like, oh, it's coming out, and then it gets hung up on these threads and snaps. But luckily we did not have that problem. All right, so this stuff is out of our way, but we do have to be real careful about this thing. I could take it off over here, but I think we can work around it, because I don't want that to snap, because then we'll be in big trouble. And now all we got is these big 19 inches. 19 inches? 19mm. Actually, as it turns out, these 19mm nuts are 21mm. So I had to go into the secret stash of snap-on tools. What the hell? That one's 21mm. Or 22mm? Really? That's a huge bolt. All right, so luckily I got the 21 and the 22. I had to go with a secret stash of snap-on tools. I was lucky enough to buy a couple years ago from a guy who was cleaning out his garage. Now I've got this thing braced so it'll hold the bolt, and now that was easy. Oh, that one's not gonna be so easy. Now, one thing that I've heard is that sometimes these bolts are eccentric, so they'll build a time machine for you. But they have something to do with the alignment of the car, but in this case, they appear to be perfectly round. Now, how are we gonna get that one off? Let's go get an extension. I'm pretty sure I have a high quality impact extension somewhere, but I'll be damned if I know where it is. So, let's hope for the best. Whoa. I don't think that's working. But luckily for us, these bolts are not knurled, which means, wow, I should have known that wasn't gonna work. But luckily for us, since the bolts aren't knurled, you can go at them from either side. So let's see if we can get the Ugga-Dugga gun over here, and this thing nestled in over here. Wow. It's like, nah, sorry. You know what? I swear I have a 22mm wrench somewhere in the house. Let me go find it, maybe. All right, I just realized that if I do have a 22mm wrench, it's not gonna be anywhere where I can access it. So I managed to wedge that ratchet in there. Wow, that does not want to come out. We going full beans? We're going full beans. What the hell? Nothing. I did not expect that. All right, what's our next move? What's our next move, boys and girls? Why the hell is that thing so tight? This is why you can never have too many tools. So I'm gonna first try this Snappy Snapperson 1/2" breaker bar. And if that doesn't work, we'll go to the Mac Big Boy. But this is pretty crazy. I've never encountered this. You know, you think the Ugga-Dugga gun would just get it done, and usually it does. All right, can we get this thing in here without too much trouble? That's a problem. It's like, oh, it just wants to go on, but it's hitting my fender. Come on, you. You know you want to get in there. Well, here's another solution that I keep with me, just in case of stuff like this. It's not quite as big. I know that's what she said, right? But at least it has a little, you know, let's spray this a little bit first. Thing's been sitting in the car forever. I don't use it very much. All right. So are we backing off? Yep. Now if we can just get that in there and give it a old heave-ho. Oh, there it goes. There it goes, baby. All right, so I guess the way this is configured is that it's designed to come off more so with the nut than with the bolt. So let's get the bolt braced up. Wow. Now we're like totally wedged in. All right, now you can take it off with your fingers. Man, that's crazy. For some reason, maybe this bottom bolt is knurled. We'll take a look at it when we get it out, but when we went at it from this side, it just wouldn't do a damn thing. kind of messed up the bolt a little bit too. Huh. Oh well. Now, all you gotta really do is get your pry bar and watch out for that cord. And here you go, he says as he aims the camera at the ground. Look, I don't consider myself a mechanic or a YouTuber. I consider myself strictly a trash picker. And all this other crap that I do is just, you know, other crap that I do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, now that this is free, I'm gonna actually put it back in with one bolt, because I am worried that this ABS wire is gonna get F'd in the A when we undo these nuts up here. Yeah. When you take your nuts off, this might get F'd in the A. Demonetized! All right, here's the part of the video that should be really easy. Get out. See, that wanted to drop down. You wanted to break my ABS cable, didn't you? Naughty, naughty. I know. I should have taken you out and sent you to the scrapyard long ago. You've worked way too hard on my behalf, Mr. Strut. It really has. This strut is like the world champion of all struts. Tied with the one on the other side. All right. I don't know if I dare try to do this on camera. Oh boy. You know what I'll do? I'll put the camera on the ground and maybe you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. All right, welcome to the worm's eye view. And if you guys end up seeing my face, I'm just gonna delete this out the whole video, so. All right. I don't know if I even really use the anti-lock braking system on this car because I drive pretty carefully, but just in case I ever have to, I want this wire to be intact. So let's, oh, there you go, perfect. And you know what? If I had just let that drop out, I would have been totally screwed. Oh, look. Yeah, I forgot to reset the camera angle, sorry. Now, all we gotta do is get that POS out of there. And, I don't know, that might be the most challenging part. I really care about my YouTube viewers, so I don't want you to be deprived of the joy of watching me squirt lube into the hole in the center of the shaft. So there you go. All right, it turns out that the nut is very tight. So we're gonna have to try to loosen the nut with a bigger tool. Oh yeah, that nut's coming loose now. But you see how it's spinning? Gosh darn thing. All right, like 5 minutes later, I think I finally have the Allen wrench in the hole. Ugh. But it's not in the hole enough. I hate to admit that I'm stuck on like this one little stupid thing. But I guess we could try putting a vice grip on there and see if that'll hold it. All right, I got my 1/2-inch ratchet, 14mm socket. Let's see how long it takes for this vice grip to come popping off. And if this video is long and meandering, it's just because like I'm trying to show you all of what you might have to go through to do this. You know, the theory behind it is like unbolt a few things and you're done. But the reality is that you're gonna end up with a sway bar end link that doesn't want to cooperate. Is that even coming off? It's hard to tell. I think it is because I'm feeling more resistance than I think I would feel from the threads if it was just a ball and socket spinning. Oh, look at it. We got it. All right, that took the lion's share of the time so far in this job. But we got it, man. Now you can see what I had to do there. Had to clamp that around the shaft. And that's why I was trying to get rid of that boot. But these little generic vice grips that I found in the garbage really did the trick. You can never have too many tools. I don't know, I suppose you could. No, you can't, it's impossible. All right, so here's our new, wow, that thing weighs a ton. Our new strut. And when I say strut, I understand people are gonna be like whining about it. I understand that this thing here is the strut and this is the spring. I call the whole thing a strut. Technically, it's a quick strut. All right. The new one weighs a little bit more than the old one. The old one, I don't know. I mean, for the amount of clunking this thing was doing, doesn't look horrible. But I feel like this is gonna be a lot less horrible. So now we need to get this guided into place while being vigilant about this wire right here. So again, we're gonna put you on the ground. Sorry. You guys can't see me, can you? Believe me, I'm nothing to look at. Not handsome, not charming, not nothing. All right. You know what I guess I'll do? Since you saw it going from the bottom, why don't you watch it going from the top? This is what they call photographic fakery, where we'll do like an edit, you know? I guess I shouldn't be telling you about the edit though, should I? All right, here goes. Don't look at me if you can see me. Oh, look, it comes right up. I wish I had a nut handy. I do. Oh, good lord, this thing's heavy. Oh, now we can breathe a sigh of relief. What I like to do with these, if I can, is use the old Toyota nuts, because they're probably going to be better nuts. And we're gonna pull the strut up using this nut, because remember that we have to put in that that bar on the other side. Wow. All right, reset this tripod. There we go. Now we can put in our magic bar, which does what I don't know, and then we can put in our factory nuts, which I like better than the cheap Chinese nuts that come with this thing. And I don't know the torque spec on this. I think it's somewhere between a decent amount, but not too much. So, you know. That should be good enough. And remember, these studs, like all this stuff's made in China, so these studs probably, they could strip if you really go full Schwarzenegger on it. This is the part of the video where I wish I had a chest mount for the GoPro, or I wish I had unloosened this wire before, but it looks like we got it in. All right, we might be a little too high up, but all we gotta get is one of these bolts in. One bolt. And believe me when I say that this is way easier to do when you're not holding the camera. Like that. But let's see if we can get anything done here that's meaningful in any type of way. All right, the jack is up a little too high, so let's lower it a tiny bit and see if that moves. Now maybe we can get our bolt in. Anything's a hammer. Well, why don't we just use the hammer, I guess. And we are done. D-U-N, done. Now, I don't know exactly how to get this shoved in here one-handed. Oh, it's so close. Where's the scroogey? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, good Lord. Just doesn't want to go in, does it? That's what she said. All right, let's take this sledgy Sledgerson. Nope. You guys realize I'm doing this one-handed, right? For the sake of the video. And I'm gonna immediately stop doing that and put you guys on the ground because we're running out of, oh my God, this video is like 42 minutes long already. All right, we're going in two-handed. See, what did I say about how easy that was gonna be? All right, I'm gonna tighten the bottom one first because you can't use the Ugga gun on that. Torque spec. I read that right out of the Chilton manual, so I know it's correct. All right, I was talking to my neighbor for like an hour, so I kind of lost my flow here, but I guess we're gonna do this. Is that tight enough? I think so. Look at that Snap-on logo. Now, all we have to do, see how thoughtfully these people are? There's a little hole right there, and this clips right into the hole. And this clips right in there. So let's put that bolt on. Here's the part of the video where we try to find that little bolt. That may be more easily said than done. Where the hell is it? Oh, good Lord. I was so careful when I removed it too. Do you see it anywhere? Let's see, where's the 12mm socket? Maybe it's in there. Nope. Do you think I should really keep the camera rolling while I look for this little stupid bolt? Yeah, I'm gonna do that just so that you guys can see, what we go through here. All right, we found it. All right, sometimes in life you don't need an Ugga-Dugga gun. So we're gonna just use this little 1/4 inch to get this bolt, if we can get it started at all. Start the bolt with your fingers. Wow. This bolt doesn't want to go in the gosh darn hole. Now it's cross-threaded. I don't want to cross-thread it. All right, for some reason that hole is already rusty, so let's spritz it. And then let's thread this in. And I guess we're not cross-threading it, we're just driving it through. Wow. Yeah, car repair is an adventure, and I'm taking you on that adventure. And there's officially no doubt in my mind that these threads are not all that they should be. But we're gonna roll with it anyway. Oh, I see. Damn, I'm dumb. All right, see how this has a hook on it? You gotta put the hook in the bottom. Then you gotta put the bolt in. By hand at first. Then when it experiences some resistance, you gotta tighten it up. Congratulations, this is like over a 2-minute video clip of installing one bolt. Now, can any of you guys see what I might have done wrong there? Can any of you guys see what I did wrong? That's right. That's what I did wrong. Oh my goodness. This is car repair for you. I'm gonna let the camera roll so you guys can see what a dummy I am. Because this thing, I think, is supposed to go on like that. Yeah, good luck getting all these things lined up one-handed. All right, we're gonna do it. Gonna do it. Damn. I feel foolish. Now let's see if we can get this thing threaded in. Just a little bit. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Now we're cooking with gas. This is the longest clip on YouTube ever of one person installing one little bolt. All right, but my hose and my wire are firmly attached. Now we just got to put in the sway bar end link. All right, here's our two end links, and they have two different part numbers. So one goes on the left, one goes on the right. Good luck figuring that one out. All right, here are our options. This is the old one, these are the new ones. It looks like this one matches this one better. So that's how we'll put them in. And I think this is the bottom side. So that's your bottom. I guess it don't really matter as long as it's facing the right way. So we slide the bottom in through the sway bar. Then we take it back out because brake line's in the way. All right, now these came with lock washers and nylocks, so I'm going to use both. I mean, I guess I should use both. And then we're gonna use this little Craftsman ratchet, which hasn't gotten any love so far today. And it's just spinning. Just spinning. Or is it? Is it spinning or is it tightening? Nah, it's just spinning. All right, let's get the other nut and washer out from underfoot and put them where they're supposed to go. All right, and now I need to go find a 17mm gear wrench, which I do not have. So what am I gonna do? I'll let you know. All right, I could not find a 17mm gear wrench, or even just a regular wrench, but I did find this crow's foot. So that will do the job. As I said before, oh, you can never have too many tools. Ugh. And would you guys forgive me if I did the bottom one off camera? All right, Tom Petty's Ghost is one of my subscribers, and I heard him saying, don't do me like that. So I won't do him like that. I won't do any of you like that. That's totally tight. Yep, I really don't have to go back anymore. It's 100% tight, and I'm not going to do the rest of the tightening off camera. I swear it's totally torqued to spec as you see it now. And there it is, as they say, all buttoned up. Wow, doesn't that look good? And I bet it's going to ride a lot better than it did before. Now, one thing that YouTube has taught me is that car repair isn't so hard, but it's way easier when you just do this. The other side took an hour, this side took 10 minutes because I wasn't recording. You're welcome. Look at all the dirt that came out of my fender wells. Want to go see how much there is on the other side? Wow. It's been a little muddy lately. All right, she's all done. And while you guys weren't watching, I went ahead and replaced my exhaust system too. It's a cheap eBay exhaust kit, so it's gonna need a little sealant here and there, but it's way quieter than it used to be. And sorry I didn't film that, but that would have driven me out of my mind. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't, it was free. So don't complain too much. Thanks for watching.